Okay, our team goals. Keep all team members informed of what's happening, see the project through completion, evenly distribute the amount of work to each member if issues occur when we have to resolve them to the fullest, avoid placing blame on anyone if something goes wrong, have team meeting to discuss what each team member has completed, good attitudes. What do you think about that, Fred?
What is your input, Fred?
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can say that some of the stuff I found yesterday. Alright, so like some of the things I like found out was like, or some of the things I wanted to find out was how many students at CUD run financial aid, and then how much do they give loans versus scholarships here, and if there's any mandatory meetings for financial aid and like what the attendance is. And then I was going to find out like what high schools do for the financial aid, like what reach do they give towards it. And when I called COD, the lady told me to go to the website, and that's all the information she could give me. And the only thing I could find on the website was like how much like people pay per credit hour here, which didn't really help out at all. And then the other thing I found out was that they have a FAFSA workshop here to show you how to fill out a FAFSA, but that's it. And then I called one high school I called was Downers Grove North, and they transferred me to 4 different people until they finally told me that they're gonna have someone call me back, which gives me the idea that no one there knows anything about the financial aid. So there's that. And I called a private school. I called Bennett, and they did the same thing. They just like told me that they're gonna call me back because no one knew who knew about financial aid. So my guess is they don't do much about it.
Did either of them call you back?
No.
Good.
So I called back both of them
Oh wow.
because it was really annoying. They said they're gonna call back, whatnot, and like Downers Grove, they passed me through 4 people until finally they're like, yeah, no one here really knows exactly the answers. And all I asked them was what type of financial aid, like
Information
do you give towards the students, and no one could answer it.
So it proves our point, right?
Yeah. And I said, is the principal there? And then they're like, yes, but he's not sure. So obviously, if he doesn't know, then no one knows. So I'm not expecting a phone call back. So I'll just like go there in person or call again and see if I can figure something out.
That's actually really interesting though. That they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you.
Yeah, they definitely did get back to me.
When'd you call them?
Yesterday at 12 o'clock. Like, yeah, around 12
So
o'clock.
there's
Lunch
no
hour.
reason.
Yeah, it was like, at lunch hour, so.
Perfect time to question.
Yeah, that doesn't make.
Yeah.
It
So
just shows how difficult it is.
that was annoying, yeah. So like, just because of that, if they can't answer a simple question, then I feel bad for the kids who go to the schools and don't get any information about financial aid and what they can do.
It's like it's not even like the actual point. It's also like there's no one they can really turn to.
Exactly.
They're not informative
Yeah,
enough.
like if they couldn't
So-
answer my questions, what makes you think like they went to like the counselors or anything like that they can answer for them? I mean,
Right, because if we're not even interested in getting financial aid from them, we just want to know how do you offer information, and they can't tell you.
mhm.
Then what is a student supposed to do? Well, how do I get financial aid? Well, figure it out.
The one thing they did say though is we give them a handout of scholarships. So that's not financial aid, that's scholarships. I mean, it helps, but do you show
Even
them
that, I
Yeah.
mean, there's help you need filling that stuff out. There's certain
Yeah.
paperwork you need. There's
Because I know for a fact when I went to high school, like they gave us handouts some scholarships, but they didn't show us how to fill them out or how to fill out the essays or anything. They just kind of gave it to us and said here.
Plus, there's like an oversaturation of information problem that can happen. You just hand a kid like, hey, here's 12 dozen scholarships you can fill out.
Exactly.
Like people don't know like what's
right. You look at it, you get overwhelmed. You're like, all right, I'll do it later.
Yeah.
And then you don't do it.
And like she said, like when she pointed out in class, she said that there was a bunch of scholarships that no one even claims because no one applies for them. Well, then that's the school's fault for not advertising them.
I had no idea about
Yeah.
that. That could have helped me so much.
I
I would have taken advantage of
Actually
that.
did that.
You did?
Yeah.
Did
And
get
you got
anything?
money?
I haven't got a response yet.
Oh wait, did you fill them out after she showed them to us?
Yeah,
Oh.
like
Well, you might.
I'm still waiting.
You
So
probably got everyone you went out for because you might be the only person that went.
I gotta
Yeah.
do it too.
So rather than the money just sitting there, which is what it will do,
yeah.
they're like, oh well, we'll give it to this guy because he asked for it. He might not meet all the criteria,
Well,
but screw it.
A lot of times the money comes from the government and disappears a bit. Sometimes. They're
Right.
Like that too.
It's
There's
sitting
like a
there
bunch of
available. It's,
scholarships, too.
it's
Yeah.
earmarked
How long
for.
did it take you to film out?
One was like just in 250 words why you want the scholarship.
Yeah, that's how most of them are. It's like a
It's
little essay.
easy.
How much was it for?
One was 1,500. The other one
Yeah,
was
it's like an entire.
2,000.
Yeah, for
What?
here, that's like an entire semester.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a semester with money left over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the
That was my
scholarships.
response.
Yeah, the scholarships that I got.
Where
Like
did
I
you
didn't even
go?
go here because I knew they had any.
Did you just go on COD website?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
she
just go to
shows that
scholarships.
colossal list.
And
that
then you have to
nobody
sign
knows
in
about.
your normal password and username.
Yeah.
Do that to me.
It's funny that she knew about it, but the people that you called
Had
Did
no
I?
idea
had
about
no
it.
idea
Yeah,
that
the
it
deadline's
existed.
done.
Yeah, when she was talking to me,
For now.
she's like, "Oh, I can answer some of your questions." Like, "Oh, okay." And then I started asking. She's like, "You know what? You could probably just go on the financial aid part on our front of our website." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And like I went on there and like all it said was like how much like residents of like the district pay and stuff like that. Which I mean,
But like,
it doesn't tell me
like
that
if
much.
I'm sure she's a wonderful woman that you were talking to, but like if she can tell you that, then what's the point of even paying her any money? Like,
Exactly.
They could have an automated phone call say, please refer all questions to the website.
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably call again because I know I emailed and you emailed too.
I did.
And
Still
neither-
no response.
Yeah, and they didn't
And
respond
those
to
are
me.
pretty solid questions.
They're probably damn.
Yeah,
oh,
so I can call like the cashier's office because they might know.
They need to
better.
leave us
Google
alone.
We
No
gotta
one ever
Google it.
asks these
Yeah.
questions.
Because the cashier's office might know. Because I want to know like how many people try to get financial aid from the school. I want to know how many people yearly have to pay back. Like what the amount of money that has to pay back. They have to pay back is.
should know how many people get scholarships
Yeah.
just by doing that.
And I want to find out like the attendance of people that go to like the.
Well, I'm just curious, with the, if it's since this is like technically a public school, would the financial aid information be open? Like, would they be able to tell you numbers?
Yeah, because there's no because if they tell me like oh like 6 people.
They have,
Yeah.
to, they have to report it for tax purposes.
Yeah, if they said like 6 people fill out financial aid and they're collecting financial aid, they're not telling me their social security
Yeah,
number. or
they're not telling
something
you how
like
much
that.
That's what I
received,
figured. It's just, I mean, it's
so-
just something to think about.
How much they make?
'Cause I know
Yeah.
I went on the internet. I just typed in like the amount of debt that people are in.
Yeah.
Like I found a bunch of numbers, so I'm not really positive
There's
which
a
ones to
lot-
believe.
There's a lot of information on this stuff.
I was gonna go like there's probably like a government website. I know if you can go on the FAFSA's website itself and find out how many people collect that. I'll try that today.
Yeah, I need to look into that stuff. I found a few things as well, and it is overwhelming with different people's opinion on it. Then you're not sure how old the information is.
Yeah.
What's the most current? So I'm
Like
sure they don't
current
have like.
study.
Yeah, I'm sure there's not like a 2013, but there might be a 2011
Mm-hmm.
because it usually takes a certain amount of
Couple
time
years.
to get the information. So that's probably the best that we'll be able to do.
Yeah.
And all
So-
fails, but if it's a year or two outdated, it's trending upwards. So.
I think it's like just bizarre too, because like I know for like here, it's like $2,000 a semester if you take a full load of classes, and then when you transfer out, like I know the school I'm transferring to, it's $35,000 for a year. It's like ridiculous. And they like the passing rate was like 75%, which is good, but like all those kids who didn't pass just wasted all their money. It's just ridiculous how much school is.
All right. Does anyone else have anything else they want to add to the conversation?
Not yet, until people start answering my phone calls and giving me real information.
Does anyone else have anything to put in?
Just So-
Gucci.
yeah, we just to be sure, we're just final projects. We're aiming towards them just like reforming all the
Yeah, as much information
yeah.
as possible.
Delivering them up.
Because everyone has what parts they have to do. So, as long as people answer your questions, I guess it's fine.
If that's where we're at, then that's probably where we should be.
Alright.
All right.
Alright.
This meeting is adjourned.
Good job.
Yeah.